Yes. Young man out of L.A. had the well. Let's find out exactly where he's from. Is it Los Angeles or is it Miles City? Mid City. Get on that mic. Get on that mic. Get on.
I'm from Mid City, California.
Mid City,
California. Right there off of the Brea Pico is where I grew up.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Over by the Roscoe's?
Right by my Roscoe's. That's no longer there anymore.
That's not there no more.
Nah.
Okay, that voice right there, Saint from L.A. Get this man a big round of applause. Whoa, whoa.
Thank you, thank you.
So I didn't even know there was like. So that's just a neighborhood, Mid City.
Yeah, Mid City or West L.A.
West L.A.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, when I listened to your music, I sat and listened to your. It was now I found out it's your first real album, Reverend, and going through the songs that I heard, man, I felt like, man, this guy is really coming from the soul. I want to know your story. So where did it all begin for you?
So as far as music in my life, my parents, man, they always played rap music, hip hop music. I mean, my mom would go as far back as like Luther Vandross playing in the house. We'd be dancing to Dance with My Father type thing, and then church. So my mom's side in Oklahoma, they have an actual church out there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I used to grow up having to come out there during the winter and having to play instruments or sing in the choir and all that stuff. Now the whole music and making music thing, that didn't come around till high school. My basketball teammates, there was his younger brother was named 80 Cinco, and then his older brother's named Nate Savage. They were making music. So I joked with him. I said, I'm going to come make a song real quick. Went up there and made a song. Song sucked. But went back to school. The next day, and everybody was vibing with it. So I kept going, and I kept progressing really fast. And then I started falling in love with just the creation of music. I always loved music, but making music really started becoming my passion. And then I just started taking it serious.
So who influenced you? Like when you decided to put that pen to the pad and go in that mic booth, like who were the influences?
Some of the rappers that you were listening to.
My top 3 favorite artists are Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Drake.
Is that in order?
Yeah. So I listen to them mostly. I do strive to listen to more than just hip hop, but I do really focus on that. And then I like Usher, I like Nipsey, I like Hove. I listen to a lot of stuff, but yeah, those are my top 3.
How did you? Because to me, growing up in the house and your parents were playing like Luther and Dance with My Father. So, but you also said they played hip hop in the house. So then, since Kendrick and all of them weren't out then, what kind of hip hop were you listening to? Was it like the very early Jay-Z's and Nas's, or was it like Ice Cube? And like, what were you?
J.O. Felony.
Yeah.
So my dad's favorite rapper is Nas. I'm only 23.
Right.
So
when I was
even when
hold up.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was growing up, I was like 12 years old when Good Kid, Mad City came out. So my dad was playing Good Kid, Mad City.
Oh, so your dad was playing that? Okay.
And then my mom was playing Take Care. They came out around the same time. So like that's how I started hearing that stuff. But I didn't really get any music knowledge until probably like 9th grade, 10th grade for myself. I only knew what my friends were listening to, what their older brothers taught them, and what my parents listened to.
That's so dope. I think it's dope that your parents did that, because for real, it's like you got the best of both worlds in a sense. Like to grow up in the house with Nas and Kendrick playing at the same time. You know, a lot of times people have to go back now to appreciate, you know, some of that music, but you had it. So that's dope.
My dad even had like a CD case. So like he had a CD case for a bunch of like this. He was
say like it's
CDs.
Like it's an artifact.
No, it is ancient to us. No Apple Music streaming. But yeah, so
we got Tracy G all the way in New York with us too.
Yeah, I don't think he can hear me though.
He has to put the headphones on.
Put the headphones on, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, here you go.
Come get this love.
There you go.
How you doing, Tracy?
I'm doing well, my dear. Thank you. You know, it's really crazy hearing you talk about, like, when you was 12, that's when Good Kid, Mad City, because I'm just like, wow, one, I'm grateful to hear that out loud, because that shows the full breadth of success that these rappers have had and that they've really earned the right to be in those GOAT conversations. And it also makes me wonder, like, what are the aspects of Cole, of Kendrick, of Drake that you admire, not just within their music, but as businessmen? Like, what have you learned from them being kind of mentors, you know, in a sense, even though you're just like listening to them towards your business?
So first of all, they all now have their own labels or companies. Kendrick has PG Lane, Cole has Dreamville, Drake has OVO. So that's the first thing that I took from that. So now I have a cohesive, I'm not giving it a title or a category yet, but it's called Booked Until December, because the goal for us is to be booked from January to December. So we call it BU Entertainment. So that's the first thing I took, man. Bring your homies up around you. Learn who who can fit in which role and how you can help each other, you know, in this world and in this city. So that's the first thing I took from them, is that they came up with their homies, they built a cohesive, and they built, you know. So that's the first thing I took from them. And then everything else is just music, you know. They really put their soul and their life and like what they visualize of the world into the music, whether it's about women or whether it's about gang violence, whatever it is, they really take it from what they visualize, they put it on the track. They're not just talking, you know.
Does that mean, is it easy for you to be vulnerable in the booth? I feel like for a while, a lot of artists, that was something that they didn't necessarily want to share, you know, different conversations about maybe some trauma from their past. We see a lot of that with Kendrick. And I'm wondering, for someone who has literally grown up listening to them from jump, as a man, are you comfortable showing your vulnerable side?
I'm still learning.
Yeah.
I'm still learning. I can tell when I'm being surface level artist and when I'm getting a little bit deeper. But I'm still learning. Yeah.
Reverend, this album was about that, though, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, literally.
It was about what you're talking about, Tracy, him showing that, really tapping into that vulnerability, that vulnerable side. We played the song What Cost. You know, talk about that, like What Cost. That title in itself interested me, and then I started listening to what you were rapping about. Talk about
so that was the intro to my 2021 album called Reverend. I consider Reverend my first album because that was the first one that I really took the time to put together, and it was the first one that had different producers. That was the last project I ever did with YouTube Beats, but that one does have YouTube Beats on it. But What Cost is like, I'm a Christian, I grew up in church, but I'm making rap music, right? So at that point, it's like, what am I giving up to be an artist? And all the stuff I'm sacrificing, even with like family time and time with friends and stuff, I sacrificed a lot just to become who I am now. And I know I got so much farther to go, and I'm gonna have to sacrifice way more. So it's just like, at what cost am I sacrificing everything to get what I want out of this life and out of this career? So like, that's really the gist of it. It's like, you know, I talk about Lecrae, I'm talking about how like he makes Christian music, but he can't get a radio spin because they're not spinning the Christian music, and all this. It's just all these things that were going on in my head, and I was really trying to figure out, like, is it worth it, you know?
Yeah.
And I do go in depth in it throughout the whole project.
What did you think about Jesus Walks?
I mean, I just watched the documentary.
Yeah.
So when that came out, I was young, you know, and I wasn't old enough to really have like an opinion on it. But I think that was really revolutionary.
Yeah, right. That was one of those songs that got played on the radio, right?
And in the club.
The club, Andy Mineo, Lecrae, a lot of those guys got played. T-Bone got played on the radio. We were cracking jokes about CDs, right? But when I was coming up, that's how we got distributed our music, was cassettes, CDs, and vinyl. And there was a lot of cost that came with that. It's different from how you're coming up, and you could go to the DSPs and put your music up, but you're still independent. You still don't have marketing budgets that back you, promotion budgets that back you, touring budgets that back you. A lot of artists want to go independent but don't fully understand what that entails. So what does independence look like for you?
Independence means you and whoever is connected to you, which won't be that many people, because as independent, y'all don't make that much money, especially at the start, because I'm still very early in my career. You got to figure out everything. You got to figure out album covers. You got to figure out distribution. You got to figure out PR runs, if you can even do a PR run, because PR runs cost money. So, like, all that stuff is stuff we think about. So, like, we're like, dang, do we want to get an LLC first, or do we want to get the money first, or do we want to do all these things? And you just have to figure it out and really get in motion. I've been blessed to have people around me that I can call and ask for help. But as an independent artist, you're really figuring out the whole thing by yourself. Even when it comes to song creation, you get to format your own projects. You don't have somebody looking over your back telling you to make a song for this or a song for that, or do, you know? So you really do have a lot of freedom, but with that freedom comes a lot of stress, because you got to figure things out, and you got to hope it works without having that big engine behind you that's backing you.
So I'm just, how you pay your bills right now?
I do work a job.
You got a job. Get that man
that's
around.
Yeah, I do work a job.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Because people think it's like easy, or I'm just gonna struggle it out. Nah, like, you have to, you know, part of, to me, working, I want to ask you about your process, working while, you know, trying to get a deal is more inspiring. And once I want to not have to do this one day, so it kind of give you that more energy, you know, to get out of that 9 to 5, so to speak.
It's a pain when you do a show one night and then gotta wake up for work in the morning.
It's different. It's like
Calloway,
one day.
you can relate.
Yes.
If you Oh, go ahead, Sway.
No, I was gonna say, what kind of work do you do? What field?
So first I'm in the entertainment business, so I throw events for a lot of the college area and stuff. And then there's also this other thing called the Outlet LA that I work on nights, so I help out with that. And then I work at a weed shop, but I don't even smoke weed. But I work there because it's convenient and it's easy for me to change my schedule up.
No edibles, nothing.
Nah.
It's all industry.
Okay.
Just take him away from his Christian.
No,
vibe.
I'm
I'm just joking. If you don't mind sharing, though, you talked about song creation. What's your process like? Do you write before you go into the studio? Do you write while you're in the studio? Like, if you don't mind sharing, because I know people.
It's good. It's funny. It's changed a lot. When I started, I was always writing. I was always typing up in my notes. I got I don't even want to say the numbers, probably about 5,000 notes in my phone for music. But lately, it's more so if I catch a vibe with a beat, I start laying it down before I write anything. But like my rap verses, so I do rap and I do sing. So when I rap, I tend to write it out just so I can get it out fluidly. And then singing sometimes is freestyle, and then I perfect it later.
Yeah. You 23?
Yeah, I'm 23. Turned 23 in January.
Does it sound like he having fun?
So, what do you mean? Like,
It sounds like
he's
working.
professional, you know. Like,
yeah, you say you are. What I would say for me, you're very different from some of the 23-year-olds that I met. I would put it like that.
Yeah.
You probably having fun. You enjoy.
No, I have a great time. I really do.
Okay,
yeah.
But he on Sway. He trying to do his interview.
Man, he is so focused right now.
This is probably just how I talk. I might be a little nervous, but I do have a lot of fun, and then I do parties and events, so I'm always outside.
Okay.
I'm a lit guy. Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. You go out on you find time for dating, or is that's not on your?
Yeah, I make time for dating. I love women. So,
oh shit, he didn't sound nervous when he said that.
He piped up.
What have you learned from your 3 artists? Because 2 of them are married. Thinking about Kendrick, Cole, Drake is someone who said, I feel more inspired when I'm a bachelor. You know what I'm saying? It's harder for him to think about bringing in a serious relationship into this lifestyle. I'm curious, from those 3 artists, what have you learned about relationships?
I learned a lot, especially since Mr. Morrow came out. Because even he admitted to, doing things while he was married with other people. So it's crazy because you got Kevin's Heart by J. Cole, then you got songs off of Kendrick's new album, and they all talk about how, like, with this lifestyle, we're around a lot of distractions and a lot of temptation, and it's been something that's already affected me and bothered me as I come up. But you just gotta choose what's more important.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, what has affected you and bothered you?
I've had girlfriends, and I currently have somebody, and it's just a lot that's in my face all the time, and so I just got always got to remember what's more important to me. And then even with like just the music that I create and entertaining the audience, they don't want you to have no girlfriend, man.
It's interesting because when we were coming up, we felt like you couldn't maintain a relationship and do this at the same time.
You definitely couldn't talk about it.
Yeah.
That was like, nah.
No.
Just have that image. You single, you don't bring her around, nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of what Cost is about, right? That song,
yeah.
Right? It's about that.
Yeah.
Like just kind of balancing out everything as a 23-year-old with a 40-year-old business mind. This young man right here.
I was 21 when I made that.
You were 21 when you made that song?
Wow.
Or 20. It came out in May, so I might have been 20 when I made it.
Okay, so you got a new song that you sent us today called Bust a Move.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who made that song? That's Bust a Move. Young MC.
Young MC
had a song. I know you don't know who this is, or your dad would. Young MC had a song called Bust a Move years ago.
Mm-hmm.
His was really about doing a dance step or getting to it.
Is it If You Got It?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just bust a move.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah.
Why people be trying to pretend like they don't know older songs?
He wasn't trying
No,
to.
I know,
Yeah.
I had to make sure I wasn't wrong.
Oh, okay. All right, I want to play that. What's this song about?
This song is literally about how people be acting weird and it makes me want to bust a move. I mean, I can't dance, but I just still want to bust a move and get away from that. You feel me? That's really what it's about. It's a fun song.
It's a fun
Yeah,
song?
it's a fun song.
All right, we're going to play this, man. Give them a call. Saint from L.A. 888-742-3345. I saw a post on this on your Instagram. It reminded me when I was younger, I came in the game as an artist, and my partner, King Tech, and I that I started with, we used to have to throw parties too, right?
Yeah.
And so we're from the Bay, so I remember throwing a party in the Bay. We were young, and NWA showed up at the party after a concert. They had Dre, Ice Cube, all of them showed up, and we were like, oh my gosh, NWA is at the party. Bro, I was working the door, right?
Dude. So, I think it was 2 weeks ago, right? Yeah. We were supposed to throw a party with this frat, right? 7 o'clock, come around 7 p.m., we get a call. DPS telling the frat they can't throw a party with us because the frat wanted to leak the information or whatever. We got 2 hours to throw a party. I got to go do a show at 8:45. So we making phone calls, yada, yada, yada. I finally get in contact with somebody. They book us catch one. Now, the way it was under the table and stuff, so I wasn't too sure about it or whatever. So I drive to catch one around 8 o'clock. I say, was something confirmed? They say, yeah, you just got the big room about 5 minutes ago. I say, okay, cool. I leave. I go do my show. Come back to the party. I had to work the door the whole night because we didn't have nobody else for the event because we were supposed to be at a frat house. So I just did that like 2 weeks ago. I had to work the door the whole night.
You had to work the door, perform, sweep.
Oh yeah, did the performance,
serve the
came
food.
back.
Many
I
hats.
performed at a different spot.
Yeah.
So I had to go to a different spot to perform and then come back to the party and then run the door.
Who are your team members? Like, how do you select who's on your team? Because everybody has to carry the same energy as you.
Right.
Can't be no egos.
Yeah.
Folks can't get jealous. Can't
No
do any
squatters.
of this. No squatters. How do you pick what do you look for?
So I mean, my core is really my brothers. This is my brother right here.
That's your real brother?
No, but it might as well be.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a good hunch, Sway.
You know that's a different daddy. No disrespect to your moms, but you do just tell some people ain't got the same mother and father.
Right.
For real, though.
And then the producer that I started with is also another person I consider my brother. So we started this together. So he was the first producer I ever worked with, and we always talking about business. He always sending me stuff. And then I have another one. He was doing clubs right now. That's also another one of my brothers. So I'm really just working with my brothers, and I trust them. And so that's the biggest thing for me. And then the reason why like I might not have management right now and all that stuff is because I do so much for myself.
Yeah.
If you can't match that energy and support me as well as I support myself, I don't see a point in having you around right now.
And stay prayed up on that, because when the right person comes along, though, hopefully you get that, because you do have to release some of the load.
Right.
You're going to have to. You're doing a lot, young man, like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a standard that you set for yourself. We could just clearly hear and see that. But when the time comes, start a little bit just giving some of that load off, because you're going to need it. People are going to want to talk to you and sit, and you're going to want to pour into folks as well. There's so much in your music, the messaging. You're going to have to stay refreshed and filled with that spirit in you to give back. So you got to sleep and rest too, and trust the people that's doing it. All
Very,
right?
very true.
I like this guy. Saint from L.A., man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, welcome to the show, man. It's good to have
For
you
real.
up here,
Thank
brother.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to have you up here, man. So we want to do, though. You're a first timer at the show, Tracy G. Can
That's
you break
right.
it down what we do with these first timers, please?
Well, you got to prove yourself, man. It can't just be about that talk. We got to see it put in motion. We got to hear the bars, son.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, you're welcome, man. To the Valley of the Hyenas!
What we got going on?
DJ Tierra on the beat.
Hey.
This my goal.
Hey. Turn me up.
Turn them up.
Look, if you know better, you would do better. The best kept secret, I should get it on a crew sweater. A rookie to y'all, but I been fitted for the pressure. See a lot of niggas capping till they reach their new era. I can never fake it till I make it. That shit basic, treat production like a canvas. Watch me get that picture painted. Can't be out here acting outlandish just to make a fucking statement. I could game a nigga bitch so good that even he can't hate it. You like, damn, that nigga cold as fuck. I gotta respect it. Hoes like, damn, that nigga flow is tough. I gotta come sexy. I heard your last drop, shit was unimpressive. Y'all niggas out here rapping like your identity is still in question. Best under 25, matter of fact 29. Fucking make it 35. Shoot me down if I'm alive, I'm still alive. Jumped into that fire and I will survive. How you satisfied knowing y'all both rapping and skills are tied? Couldn't be me. City needs a legend. Give a reason why it shouldn't be me. Kevin Gates on stage. I'll explain what you getting from me. I was getting A's till I started giving women the D. Now I'm just passing to a diploma like a Heisman QB. Shout out Caleb. I'm in the student section up at SC. Dropped out, but I'm still a legend. Ask about me. Viral scenes. Such a threat. They got a yellow. Double team. Me and Bugs like in '84. Magic and Kareem. Family ties. I had no kid to my little baby king. Hey, hold on, I ain't done yet.
Yeah, same from LA. Bars, let's go.
Look, highly anticipated. Sorry for making you wait, was getting my paper straight and analyzing. It's so surprising, these niggas hit the floor and think the records they record can open doors, but that shit ain't knocking. I've got the key to the game located deep in my pocket. I just need a locksmith to help me unlock that pocket. I'm a prophet, I'm a poppin'. No, I'm just another target for entertainers and haters who mad because they ain't got it. Keep speaking on my name, that just leaves me in conversation. Claim you ain't a fan, but stay bringing my name up in rotation. It's the Matrix, dope pop pills are elevated to a level where the real and fake are segregated. Let me illustrate it. Nothing like Los Angeles, the city from which I will make it. So many people on my dick, there ain't no need for masturbation. Ain't no equal, I'm the shit, or who compete or constipated. I'm the golden, that's legit, you just a sheep if you won't face it. When I come around, I spot a lot of details. From the Valentino thread to California weed smells. It's easy to be loud without making a sound, but usually it's the reserved who could really tip the scale. Know some women on the west who progress with finesse, who can make the best of the best fold under pressure. $1,000 clothes out the dress, it's a slow day. You picky with your pleasure and that's okay. I tell her, leave it all to me. Yes, your man, just see.
Hey, I like that, I like that. We got a hyena up in here. We got a hyena.
Give me something. Bang.
Going from A's to D's.
Yeah, so he started giving out that D.
Giving out the D's. Getting A's, but giving D's.
So many people on his dick, no need for masturbation.
Not at all.
Damn.
Not at all.
Saint from LA, man. You a true MC, brother. I appreciate you.
Appreciate
Come on, man. I love it right there, man. What's next for you? What do you see for yourself in the next year?
Man, we just working on expansion. A lot of things are coming into play. I've been working on projects and albums, but we're gonna do a slow reveal for that. It's called Chivalry is Dead. That's all I'm gonna say. And then that sound is crazy for that. But then yeah, man, just working on motion, keeping things going, and keep on excelling. There's never been a year that was worse than the previous. So I'm happy where I'm at.
I love it, man. Hey, I already see it, man. Your future is already here, brother. You already earned it.
Here.
You're walking in your purpose right now,
Thank
man. I love your music. I love what you're doing right now, and we'll definitely support you. Okay, Kelly Kincaid found you. And
Man,
Yeah,
big
Kelly.
shout out to Kelly, man. Big shout out to Kelly. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right, that's Saint from LA. Let's go into this All 100. Thanks for coming by, bro. I
All right, man.
appreciate you,
Thank you,
man.
thank you,
All right,
thank you.
absolutely. Sway in the morning, Shade
Congratulations.
4-5.